Hello, and welcome back to the Pokemon Blue Randomized FIFO Locke. I am Ectric, and we are in the middle of Mount Moon. We just defeated a Rocket Grunt and picked up another Great Ball. I'm just continuing straight off from the previous episode. So this is, seconds after the last episode for me, but it is a whole day after for you. And we are going to try and find our way through this slight maze, because apparently I've gone down 2 dead ends. If for those seasoned Gen 1ers, you're probably yelling at me that I'm going the wrong direction, and have been since I've been going down these ladders, but unfortunately I am, oh Jesus. Let's switch out to our Mewtwo to be able to, we'll just kill it. It'll give us some experience. Confusion should be fine. Beautiful. Alright. That's what you get for not letting me run, jerk. Alright, so anyway, I have been going down the wrong path, and I apologize if it's frustrating for you. I should buy... Can I buy repels? I don't know if I can. I might also need to switch someone in front who is faster than Weepin' Bell. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just switch the Mewtwo in front for now, just to be able to get out of here. I'm gonna go back and heal real quick, and then we'll start this again. Alright, let's go. I might also go back and check to see if I can, Wait, where am I? Did I go somewhere different? I thought I was leaving. Whatever. I'm finding new trainers, so I must be going in the wrong direction if I want to leave. But I might be going in the right direction if I want to move forward. So I'll have to remember this direction for next time. Ooh, Bulbasaur. We'll just leave him. You too. Right, I could switch train and stuff like that, but right now I'm just trying to get back out real quick, and I don't want to have to deal with getting chip damage every single time. Ooh, a Max Elixir. That's useful for the Elite Four. What's it? Right here. I must have gone too far in the bottom right direction. Come on. Hurry up, jeez. Alright. Let's grab this item. Ooh, another elixir. Not a max one this time, but... Jeez, there's so many items over here. Firestone, that's useful. At least for money, if nothing else. Where am I going? Alright. So that's the top corner. I must have just overblown the area I was supposed to run to. Really? Maybe I didn't overblow it? I'm confused now. I might just use an escape rope if I can't find my way out of here. I'm just gonna speed through this real quick. Alright. Beautiful. Defeated another rich girl who is actually a youngster. Am I going in the right or wrong direction, technically? What's up in this direction? Okay, so that looks like the right direction to move forward. Where is the right direction to get back to the Pokemon Center? Is it down this way? Let me out! Way. Alright, that person looks slightly familiar. Is it this direction? Where am I going? Come on. Also, the encounter right here is getting ridiculous. Maybe I did find a... I don't know. Now I'm confused. We'll go back down. almost done here. Could you not? Now I'm confused. Jeez, this encounter rate's getting annoying. Alright, is there another... Screw it. I'm gonna use an escape rope. I've got 3 anyway. That was annoying. Anyway, sorry about all that frustration. As I was talking about before, I'm excited for this playthrough. We're going to be moving on through Mount Moon, hopefully, and be able to find our way to Cerulean. And then I'm not sure whether I want to fight Misty first or go to the Rival Battle and Nugget Bridge first. I'm not sure which one has higher levels. I should probably start grinding up people, because I think the rival levels are like 18 to 20. At least they were in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Let me see where I got lost. Oh my! Oh, yes! Yes! Alright. Just got a Master Ball. That'll be useful. Oh man, that's perfect, because now I've got 2. I can go get 2 of the Legendary Birds before the Elite 4. And obviously, I won't be able to put them on my team unless someone else dies, but those will definitely be good to have as a last resort, because if I end up getting down to them, I'll have 2 legendaries as my final 2 team members to be able to add. We'll just use a psychic. That's very exciting. Hopefully I won't need them, but I will still catch them just in case someone on my team dies and I need to fill in the gap. We should start training up some other people. I don't want to get you two too over-leveled. What was that? I don't know if the music... I don't know if that was... if you heard that, but the music just, for me at least, just held a really high-pitched note for like 3 seconds and then continued as if nothing had stopped. I haven't been paying attention to how much damage it was doing. I think I'll be able to live 1 more. No crits? Okay, good. Yeah, I would have been able to live a crit anyway. I don't want to share the experience, so I'm going to give a potion rather than switching. Oh, okay. Nope, don't want another potion. Quick that. Hopefully this does enough damage. Perfect. Alright. Way to go, Aldrin. Alright. Beat that trainer, and we'll be able to continue on, I think, right? Let me just check to see where I got lost last time. Maybe I just couldn't... I don't know. I don't know how I got lost last time, but, we'll figure it out, whatever it is. Run away. Come on. I should switch out someone else in front. We'll put Aldrin in front. Get him some more levels. I think I was on a different level last time. Either that or something was going on. I have no idea why I couldn't find my way out last time. I don't think I went to a different area that didn't... because there was only 1 ladder. Well. Jesus. This encounter rate is actually pretty frustrating. I should definitely not do that in the future, because if he had been able to outspeed me and attack me. No, it was the exact same area. I don't know why I couldn't find it. That's weird. Let me know what I was doing wrong in the comments, because I'm thoroughly confused as to how I couldn't find the exit. Also, please help me to rid the world of all Weedles, because they keep attacking me, and it's really annoying. Yeah, string shot's gonna do a lot against my quick attack. Idiot. That's why you're dead. Alright, let's just run away. So what's up here? Nothing? Alright, so I've been thinking about, So I've been thinking about, trying to find different ways to exercise lately, because, I am pretty bad about, like, convincing myself to go and just use, like, an elliptical or a treadmill or something like that. I used to run cross-country in high school, but after, like, I started in cross-country, I ended up also doing track and field, and I became a thrower, and I just enjoyed that so much more, and it kind of made me not like running as much anymore. I basically started off as a runner, didn't know there was anything better than that, and kind of was like, okay, this is fun, and then as soon as I found out that you could do track and field stuff and throw and not have to run every day, it was like my eyes were opened, and I was just like, oh man, this is so much better. I'm not exhausted right now, but I'm still having fun. So that has kind of ruined my ability to enjoy running. So I really don't enjoy just doing straight cardio, so I really want to try and find some way to, like, exercise while at the same time doing something fun. So I've been thinking about actually taking out my shot put and trying to throw it around again, because I ended up buying a high school level shot put to use, and I kept it all these years, and it's been a really long time since I've thrown it, but I feel like I could still get it decently far just from muscle memory from all those years ago. And I really want to try and get a little bit better at it, even though at this point, if I were to, like, actually compete, I'd probably end up using a heavier shot put, because I think the high school ones are 12 pounds, and, like, the college ones are 16. So obviously, I'd be using a smaller shot put, and it probably wouldn't, like, you know, transfer over. But still, if I'm just doing it for, you know, fun and good way to exercise, then it really doesn't matter if I'm using a smaller shot put. So I want to try and do that, but I need to find an area that's, you know, okay to leave pock marks on the ground, because when you throw a shot put, it leaves little divots where the shot put lands, because it's heavy. And especially if the grass is, like, wet, or if, like, the ground is like, muddy, it just, you know, leaves a huge crater in the middle of the ground. I forget what Pokemon is coming in. We'll just do a switch thing anyway. Oh, do I trust myself against this? I should be able to live at least one. Yeah, we're okay for now. Okay, that's pretty good. That's gonna be annoying. Please don't hurt yourself. Good. But yeah, oh, that's not good either. Please don't hurt too much. Can I switch out from this? Okay, good, I can. But yeah, I want to try and, test out my old shot put abilities. See if I still got anything to it, and also just for old time's sake, because I did do 12 seasons of sports back in high school, and I really do kind of miss having that, you know, regular exercise in it, and also the competitive aspect of it. And for throwing, a lot of it's just, you know, competing against yourself, because it's not like you're racing at the same time as someone else, or you're throwing at the same time as anyone else. It's not like running events in track and field where you're going directly against someone at the same time. you're like obviously you have the same you like compete at the same general time, but you're throwing like separately in the same circle. So it's not as like one-to-one competition as a burn hill. It's not as one-to-one competition as it is in running events. So you a lot of times have to just try and compete with yourself and beat your own best throws, because that's the only way you can actually like encourage your own competitiveness to be able to get better. Although if you're in like a meet and stuff like that, it's possible that you're like close enough with someone that you want to like specifically beat them, and you compete against their throwing abilities. But a lot of times, especially at like bigger meets where you have like a bunch of different schools, or at least this was what the case when I was in high school, you'd be in like a heat where you have like generally the same amount of people, or same level of throwing ability, but at the same time you're probably competing against some people who are just generally better than you are, regardless of how well you do. So it's kind of hard to get that one-to-one competition. It's not like there's a wider range of competitors in those like larger meets, so you're just gonna see a bunch of people who are just bigger, stronger, better than you, and no matter how well you do that day, it doesn't matter, they're still just gonna beat you without even trying. So you have to kind of try and compete against yourself a lot of the time, unless you're one of the best and you're really competing like for first place or something like that, in which case you can very easily use competition against other people to like push yourself. And I'm not saying that I never did use competition with other people to push myself. Obviously, like it's very useful to have someone else near you that you like try and beat out, because that competitiveness can definitely help you to push yourself harder. But at the same time, you kind of have to just... Oh, that's not good. If I remember correctly, this Mews don't have transform in this gen. Or if they do, it didn't use it. Oh, of course it does. I should have switched out. Oh well. I'm still 6 levels above it. I should be able to do fairly well. That's good. Hopefully I'll kill this time. Beautiful. Alright. That was slightly nerve-wracking. Hey, I defeated the Elite Four! Now, the real question is, do I choose the Dome Fossil or the Helix Fossil? I think I'll go with the Helix Fossil. I was gonna say, let me know in the comments, but I've got too much time left on this video to be able to, like, cut it short. But with that, I'm almost out of Mount Moon, which is good. Ooh, a Vaporeon, those are useful. I'll be able to run these. Okay, but anyway, yeah, so, that is something that I've been thinking about, getting back into. Competing with myself and trying to better myself at shot put, just for a fun way to exercise, be able to bring it back a little bit of nostalgia, that kind of stuff. Because, I did a bunch of extracurriculars, in high school, and then I kind of dropped off from most of them when I got to college, just because, I wasn't really... First of all, I didn't have a lot of time because I was doing a fairly difficult major, but at the same time, it was also because I enjoyed doing them, but at the same time, I wasn't, like, I probably wasn't good enough to be, like, on any actually competitive track team. I was always a decent thrower, but it was always because I tried very hard, and I like put a ton of effort into like getting good at form and stuff like that. It wasn't because I was like naturally gifted athletically, and I feel like that can only get you so far. And when you get to a collegiate level, it doesn't matter how much you focus on form, you're gonna still have those people that just are, better suited to do these kinds of things than you are. So you just end up, so I ended up dropping that. I also would do plays all throughout elementary through high school. I loved doing drama stuff. And that one wasn't necessarily that I felt like I wasn't good enough. I mean, I obviously wasn't like the best actor in the world. Otherwise, I probably would have followed it as a, a career path or something like that. But I did think I was probably good enough for like at least, student-run plays and stuff like that. It was more just when I first was a freshman, I kind of couldn't figure out the time management to be able to do it well. To be able to like make all the practices and stuff like that with all of my class scheduling, and I also was in marching band, which took up a ton of time, so I just didn't really have the time. That sucks. I guess we'll try and catch it. But yeah, the time management just wasn't there when I first started, and then by the time I got around to like feeling comfortable with the time planning, I felt like those groups probably already like had made really whatever. I didn't want it anyway. By the time I got to like the point where I could have probably picked it up, I had already picked up other things like in its place that were less time consuming, and I also didn't know anyone in the group, so I would have been like a newcomer, and it would have been a difficult transition to like get in on a group that has already been like hanging out with each other a lot over the years, and so I never really picked it back up. But I've thought about like going back to it because it is something that I really, really, really enjoyed doing. Like some of my best high school memories are of doing drama plays and musicals and stuff like that. Every time I hear music, like musical songs from Broadway, it just reminds me of that time in my life and reminds me of how much fun it was. I think probably my favorite character to play was, if you've ever seen the show Guys and Dolls, I was Nicely Johnson, and even though it wasn't like the main character or anything like that, he's got a lot of really fun parts, and if you play it a certain way, you can definitely almost steal the show with it, and it's definitely like a funny side character where you get to have like a really interesting you get to like have interesting interactions and be able to say all the jokes and stuff like that. So even though it's not the main character, it can be someone's favorite character, which definitely is right up my alley, because I don't think I could play like a quote-unquote straight character, like the not jokey one, very well. I don't think I have the acting chops to like make it that believable, but I can definitely play like the interesting personality one. And I found that ended up happening a lot in my high school drama career. I started off in the chorus as a freshman and stuff like that because, puberty voice. I had a range of about 3 notes on a good day. But it was as I got like older and started getting into it where I could have had like the lead, I really wasn't as good at playing like the serious character, and I think it's just my personality is a lot more like happy-go-lucky, or like I have like a certain personality where it just like my the characters I play are much more like, they have some sort of really big personality quirk, and I can play those pretty well. So those are the types of characters I ended up getting. So in the show Legally Blonde, I played the Professor Callahan, and he's basically like the bad guy of the show, and a really, really like creepy, arrogant character. And so like, even though that's not necessarily like my personality, I hope, it was easier to like get into like character and be able to like change myself into a different personality rather than have it be like somewhat similar to my own personality, because I think that my problem is if the character has a different enough personality from myself, I'm able to get like into character really well. But if it's like too quote-unquote similar to my own personality, I just play myself, and then it doesn't come off as like I'm actually acting. It just comes off as I'm saying the lines as myself. So I think that it helps when I have a character where their personality is like significantly different than my own, or even just an exaggerated version of my personality, which I think nicely kind of plays into, because he's kind of like just this really, really like happy-go-lucky, like kind of like an airheaded kind of character. And I think that I do also have that happy-go-lucky streak to me, but I'm not as airheaded as he is. So it was really easy to be able to just kind of like exaggerate all of those characteristics about myself and just play on that. Also being able to just, you know, mess around with the lines a little bit and make things funnier where I could. I don't think I have the, you know, I'm not a comedian, stand-up comedian or anything like that, but I do have a little bit of a sense of when jokes should land and stuff like that, and when to not mess around with a scene or something like that. So those are my experiences with high school drama and stuff like that. Not in the sense of like gossip and stuff like that, but the actual drama club. And I do miss it. Especially the last year, it just was like playing Nicely Johnson was just probably my best acting performance, and also just the most fun to do, because I feel like for the first time I wasn't like counting how many mistakes I made in each performance, because every other year whenever I acted, it always was like, how perfect can I make the performance in, you know, how many flubs did I have, did I, you know, stutter over my lines or anything like that, and I would like kind of focus on that. So it was almost like I was reciting something, whereas in that year it was more just, you know, I never really thought about it in terms of like flubbing my lines, because I was improvising a lot more. If there were any points where I like flubbed my line or something like that, as long as I stayed in character, it was almost as if I was just, you know, adding something extra onto the show each time. And there were like, you know, I would say something slightly different each show just to make it unique. There were a couple scenes where I would like have to eat. That was another quirk of the character that I definitely enjoyed. Was that I ate on stage pretty much every scene I was in. And one scene I had, I was eating like a pretzel rod, and inevitably I would have to come in like chewing on the pretzel rod, and I would come in and it would just be, it would always get stuck in my throat, so I'd have to like chew longer than I would expect to. I'd try and time it so that I was finishing chewing as the line being delivered to me was delivered, but inevitably I would always end up getting like a dry mouth and have to chew longer than possible, so it would always end up just being me like trying to, you know, putting up my finger saying, hold on a second, and if it ever got to that point, I would just play it off for laughs and that kind of stuff, where as in previous years I would have just like said, oh man, I flubbed that line, or I messed up there, I had too much trouble chewing. In that I was like, oh, that was really funny how I ended up making it so that I just sat there chewing and making the character I was talking to wait an extra couple seconds. So I think that's where I ended up getting, you know, that extra level of acting ability and being able to enjoy the show more. With that being said, I think we will call it a day. I am in Cerulean. I am worried about the levels that my team is at. I think, if I remember correctly from Fire Red and Leaf Green, that the rival battle up ahead is level like 18 to 21 or something like that, and even my Mewtwo is under-leveled for that. So I definitely want to do some grinding, so I will do that next episode. But for now, I will call it an episode, and with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until then, I will see you in the next episode. Have a great day. Bye.